Welcome back. Gonna continue Steve Jackson's Sorcery Blind Playthrough Part 4. So I know some clues. So 4 nobles know this well, and I got this from the old man that I played the dice game with. So this one. The 4 nobles of Care were each given one line of the spell to the north gate of Care. You'll need to find these nobles, if you can, and learn their secrets. The first noble knows all. The north gate spell is only known in full to the first noble of the city. One of the nobles of the city port is a scholar. I finished that one. Like that it grades them out. Okay, let's make a move. There are several places you could go next. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Okay, I wanted to go to the right, I believe. So let's walk on. You continue along the road. The land rises gently, a thin, meager scrub broken by rocky outcrops like teeth through an infant's gum. Goats roam the slopes, paranoid, shifty creatures who flee at the sound of your footsteps. Suddenly you could be back in the fields outside Cristotanti. This part of the seaport is barely habited, and certainly not somewhere the nobles would be found, but you may be able to learn some useful information from inhabitants. All the same, your stomach rumbles with hunger. I'd only had the one ration, so let's just keep walking. You continue walking along the track, and begin to hear the sound of a large crowd up ahead. There is some kind of market or fair happening further on, near the river. You pass a dirt track on the left that leads away across the fields. So I know that there is supposed to be a noble here. Scholar. Maybe. Let's go to the crowd. You continue along the road towards the noise. After a few minutes, you are walking between tall poles and ripening color flags. People and creatures sprawl across the path, and several tents have been erected, their poles joined together by more flags. Approach. You ease your way into the edge of the gathered crowd. It all looks spirited and fun. And with so many people here, perhaps you will pick up useful information about the spell lines and the state ports. Let's listen into what they're saying. You mill through the crowd, keeping your ears open for anything interesting, but most people in the center of the field are arguing over where to go next, or lamenting how many gold pieces they have spent. You might do better to have a closer look at something. The end of the midway. You walk to the south end of the fairground midway. A boy with a barrel stands off to one side, and a dull-looking tent stands near the river. There are more exciting stalls further north. Let's talk to Barrel Boy. You approach the boy standing on by a barrel and looking sheepish. So I can ask what he's selling, if he is selling something. Look in the barrel. What is this festival or leave? Let's ask him what he's selling. What are you selling? You ask. The boy points into the barrel, but does not answer. Okay, let's look in the barrel. You peer into the barrel. It is full of small, hard apples. Most are blackened by disease, or else are shot through with maggot holes. Your apples are rotten, you remark. The boy shakes his head, then picks one up from the barrel. He squeezes it hard in his fist, but nothing happens. Then he drops it sharply back into the bucket. What is this festival? You ask. The boy shrugs, but says nothing. Why don't you speak? You ask carefully. The boy shrugs, but doesn't seem to want to answer properly. How much is an apple? You ask, despite the fact it is hard to imagine anyone paying for one. The boy holds up 6 fingers in one hand and 5 fingers in the other. It's either 5 or 6. I doubt it's 1 gold piece. Holds up a single finger with one hand. So yeah, it's 5 gold pieces for 1 apple. Oh, I could say this. 5 gold pieces for 1 apple? That seems very expensive for such poor fruit. The boy rolls his eyes, thinking you must be an idiot. He holds up 1 finger, puts it down, then holds up 5 fingers on the same hand. So is it 1 gold piece for 5 apples? The boy nods. I might be able to use them for something else, other than myself eating them. Let's buy some. You hand over a gold piece, and the boy supplies you with 5 apples. In your hands, you feel that they are indeed not rotten. In fact, they are solid, rock solid, hardened by some disease into stones. The boy bows his head in thanks, and then gestures behind him. A girl, possibly his sister, pops up from behind another barrel and pulls a face at you. So I could stick my tongue out in return, throw an apple at her, or enough of this. I'm not sure what to do. I'd like to continue this. I suppose I'll do the same to her, basically. You stick your tongue out in reply. The girl giggles, then dodges down behind the barrel. The boy looks at you expectantly. The girl peeks up again. Is that your sister? You ask, pointing in the girl's direction. The boy nods, then takes an apple from the barrel and throws it across the field. His sister dodges quickly out of the way. I guess I could do what he did. You lob one of the apples at the girl, but she dives to one side, and it misses. The boy claps his hands. The girl sticks her arms out either side, then quickly ducks. You lay your second apple and wait for the girl to show herself. As soon as she pops up, you throw, but your aim is off, and you miss by a finger's breadth or so. The girl giggles, then ducks away out of sight. Try another. This time you raise your aim, and when the moment arrives, your throw is sharp on target. The apple hits the girl on the arm, and she whoops, standing up and pointing to the red mark the apple has left. The boy claps and reaches into his pockets, handing you a prize. A large and tasty-looking apple. I could throw my apples back at him. Okay. I'll thank him. You thank him and he shrugs, but says nothing. You hand back your remaining blackened apples to the boy. He throws them at his sister, and you walk back onto the midway. The fire spreads out all around you, a collection of booths and rings and tents and stalls. Hawkers announce the various attractions at the top of their lungs. The general atmosphere is cheerful, but just a hint of violence. Okay, let's look at some of the tents. You approach the small tent. By the door, a young elven woman is collecting the entrance fee. 1 gold piece, she declares, winking at you. What's inside? Marco the Amuser, she replies, still smiling and winking. Perhaps there's something wrong with her other eye. He's very funny. 1 gold piece. Okay. I want to see what I got. Just an apple, okay. Cool. 1 gold for an apple. Not bad. That's better. You hand over 1 gold piece, and the elven woman steps aside and gestures inside the low tent. Enter tent. The inside of the tent is dark. There are no candles or lanterns, and the cloth is thick black velvet, preventing any sunlight leaking inside. In the center of the room, a man with green hair is sitting cross-legged, his eyes closed. Let's look at him. I don't think I should greet him. You look over at the man. He seems ordinary enough, except for his shock of bright green hair. He doesn't seem to notice you at all. There is a deep silence inside the tent. The business of the fair outside is quite forgotten. I approach him. You step closer, expecting the man to leap up, or react, or in fact do anything. But he sits there, as you approach to within arm's reach. From here it is clear his green hair is in fact a wig. I could grab his hair, leave, or cast a spell. Let's see what I can cast here. So I could cast Sap. Zap. No, not mud. Requires a skull cap. Doze. Causes slowness. Opens locks and doors. Maybe there's a secret door behind him? Illusion of treasure. I can't remember what the illusion of treasure did. Let's see here. Oh, there it is right here. While casting the spell, the caster can create an illusion of treasure. Gold pieces, silver coins, gems, and jewels can be created at will and used to distract, pay, or bribe creatures. Illusionary riches will disappear as soon as the caster is outside. Well, let's see what happens when I do that. Cast. You cast the spell, filling the tent with piles and piles of imaginary riches, in hope you can startle the man in some kind of reaction. But his eyes are closed, and so the illusion has no effect. It fades after a few moments more. That didn't do anything. Okay, let's grab his hair and see what happens. You reach out, pull off the man's wig, but he reacts like lightning. His hand snapping up to catch your wrist. That's my act, he mutters, then releases your wrist once more. What do you mean? You ask, but he does not reply. Maybe zap? Let's see what happens then. Create lightning? You cast the spell, building a powerful electrical charge in your hand, which you fling at the man. He disappears in a flash of smoke and dust, leaving nothing behind. With the hut now empty, you step back outside, nodding to the elven woman as you go. She wrinkles her nose, smelling smoke. From across the field comes a murmur of excitement. Then, quite suddenly, a small tornado lifts a tent simply up into the air and away. Did I just kill him? I guess I did. Okay, let's continue on the Festival of Thieves. Middle of the midway. You push your way through the crowd to the very heart of the fair, and look around at the attraction on offer. Let's go backwards. Let's look at the beer tent. Just by the river is a low tent, surrounded by several stumbling figures. It could almost be a tent for dancing, except for the strong smell of brewed grain that drifts over the air. In the stall, a group of 3 half-goblin women are pouring mugs of beer and talking to the locals. A sign reads, 1 mug, 1 gold. 4 mugs, 6 gold. Okay, let's smell the air. Maybe it smells bad. You pause to inhale the rich smell of brewed grains that hangs around the tent. It is quite nourishing. One of the bar women catches your smile. Nice, yes? She says. Even nicer in a glass. A tall, spindly creature raises his voice to announce he is buying 4 mugs. A huge cheer goes up, but mostly from the women behind the bar. Let's talk to the bartender. You elbow your way to the bar and wave to attract the attention of one of the women. Greetings, she smiles. What can I do for ye? so I can ask, what's on sale? Buy some beer, or why are the 4 mugs so expensive? I am kinda curious of that. Let's ask, why are 4 mugs so expensive? You ask, isn't it cheaper to buy 4 separately? Oh no, the woman replies, smiling sweetly. It's a special offer, you see, 4 mugs for 6 gold pieces. I'll buy 4, let's see what happens. You say, the half-goblin woman grins with hooked teeth, and raises a cry as you pay 6 gold pieces, and she pulls the drinks. He's buying 4, another lucky customer taking advantage of our offer. Nearby drunks turn their head. I could offer to share? Let's offer to share it. I'll share them, you tell the surrounding crowd. The woman behind the bar nods and murmurs. Good idea. This stuff is a bit too strong to drink a lot of it. Lot of. She sets down 4 mugs in front of you. Okay, I'll drink one and share with the others. You share 3 of the mugs around, then lift before yourself in a cheerful salute. The ale looks muddy and somewhat disgusting. In fact, it doesn't taste like beer at all. This isn't beer. Excuse me, you call. What is this? You point into the mug. Fine as beer, she replies, but from her expression, she isn't telling the whole truth. This is like no beer I've tasted, you reply, outraged, but the bar woman merely smiles. Why, thank you, sir, she answers, then moves away to serve another customer. You don't like the look of it, so you leave the crowd and walk away from the tent. Let's look back. Looking back, you notice a pipe running from the tent, directly into the Jabaji River. It seems the beer isn't beer after all. It's the water? Ugh, waste of money. Okay, let's go to the Dancing Bear. You cross the fair to join a crowd gathered at a safe distance around a dancing bear. A dwarf stands in front of the bear, holding a lead that is fastened to a ring in the creature's nose. See my beauty dance, he growls, jerking the cord. The bear stumbles around in obvious pain. As he tugs the cable, he plays a pipe with great gusto. The crowd are in stitches of laughter at the poor bear's performance. Let's try and free the bear. The treatment of the creature is heartbreaking, and you wonder what the bear might do if the cord holding it back were cut. But then there are several people in the way, and the dwarf is unlikely to let you near. I might be able to cast a spell. Let's see. I doubt Zap's gonna work. No, not tell. I don't have kid. Don't have that either. Let's see what Zap can do. If it can. Yeah, I can cast Zap. Nif? No. Too bad I can't create the riches again. Okay, let's create distraction. Fire, you shout at the top of your lungs. Fire! The crowd looks around in a mad panic, but see nothing. One starts to laugh, and another. Third shouts, "That bear is on fire!" And the audience falls about laughing. Suddenly a cry goes up from somewhere else in the audience. "My gold! My gold! Pickpocket! Beware, there is a pickpocket at work." You and the rest of the crowd spin around towards the voice and see a small creature darting off away from the crowd and into one of the tents. "Oh, looks like he took my gold. I'll chase him." You elbow your way through the crowd, hoping to grab the pickpocket, but there are too many people in the way. By the time you have pushed to the edge of the crowd, the little figure has vanished. Someone shouts, "What's happening to the dwarf?" Okay, go after the pickpocket, or look back to the dwarf. Let's look back to the dwarf. You turn to see the dwarf and the bear disappearing into the floors as if they were sculptures of ice, now melting. Dust illusions, perhaps. The crowd are out for blood now. It seems several of them have been robbed. Turning to one another, accusations of theft begin to fly this way and that. Things are turning ugly, and you are caught in the middle of it. See what I can get. In the turmoil, you wait for an opportunity. In every fight, there are always be some gold pouches swinging low for the plucking. You are knocked about a fair bit as you wait, but finally you see bulging wallet just inches from your grasp. No, I don't want to do that. Look at the other. I was hoping I could look around for the thief again. Glancing up at the owner of the wallet, you find yourself staring into a huge face of a mountain man. "You're a thief, aren't you?" the man asks. I did not want to get myself into this situation. Let's talk my way out of it. "Oh, I'm no thief," he tells him. "Look at the size of his gold pouch," he remarks, another voice nearby, in the crowd. It's a trigger that sends the mountain man, who has just been robbed himself, into a fearsome rage. In a fist fight, damage is lowered, and power refreshes more quickly. Oh, so I could just do a full-on uppercut attack. The mountain man raises his stone-like fist defensively. You gulp and swing a punch for his apple. The mountain man grins with pleasure at escaping mostly unharmed. The muscles in his arms tighten. Block. You drop back, lifting your fist. "Let's see what the skull of yours is made of," he declares as he comes at you regardless. You block his hammering strong blows, leaving him panting. The mountain man steps back. Let's aim for a small attack. Maybe a little more than he would do. Okay. You set your stance. "Look out," somebody nearby calls, but it's too late. Leaping up, you grab him around the neck and pull down. The mountain man struggles violently, trying to shake you off, and you flail, knocking down other members of the crowd on either side. He lifts his guard to cover himself. He chuckles with relief, still in one piece. Okay, I think he's defending then. Oh, he hit me. An instant later, the man is thundering down on you, readying a heft punch. You lurch forward, but he is stronger. He lands a slight stinging jab. You shake your head to clear the fog. The mountain man paces left. Let's do a big swing. Enough of this. You shove him backwards into the cloth canopy of a tent. Quickly he covers himself. The mountain man stops and spits blood into the dirt. You little rough rat, the mountain man growls. Let's block. You circle away from the mountain man. He lumbers toward you carelessly. You deflect his haymaker blows, leaving him gasping. He circles right. Okay, let's do bash. Okay, you only defend. You narrow your eyes, you grab him by the scruff of his neck, then knee him in the groin. He ducks and avoids the blow. The mountain man breathes with glee. Okay, it's block. You drop back, lifting your fist to protect your body. Not why I came out today, he grumbles, but I'm happy to teach you a lesson. When I get your head, I'll take it home and make it into a pot, he cries as he comes for you. You catch to throw his punches away. The crowd behind the mountain man surge back for a moment, as though they know something you don't. Okay, let's take a swing. You set your stance, you grab a nearby ball and break it against his head. The final punch makes the mountain man's head spin. Oh, never mind, he curses, throwing up his hands. Keep your gold, thief. With that he stomps away, punching a few other people as he goes. You slither your way back out of the crowd to the main part of the fair. So I ended up losing a ton for just doing that. So I just walked past or chased after the thief. The top of the midway. You walk to the north end of the fairground midway. The fair continues from here, and the road leads away uphill. Musicians. You head over to where the crowd are watching a troupe of dancers, who spin and swirl in time of lively tune. There is something quite hypnotic about their performance. Keep watching. The pitch builds and the music speeds up. The crowd clap and stomp their feet. And you find yourself clapping along as well, quite enjoying the show. The dancers are now twirling into the audience, pulling onlookers into the dance. One is getting quite close to you. I think I'll avoid. You hang back, avoiding the invitation, but your reluctance doesn't go unnoticed. "Where's your spirit?" demands a creature to one side of you. Another snarls, more menacingly. "Go on, it's only a bit of fun." Another dancer's coming close to you, arm outstretched. So I notice my spirit turned to elephant. I guess I'll join. The pressure of the crowd has changed your heart. You grab the outstretched hand of the dancer, who whips you away into the center of the crowd. The music grows to tempo, and soon you're swirling, sky-wheeling overhead, thrown from one partner to the next. Onlooking creatures cheer and whoop and clap their claws together, and for a brief moment You feel like you are the toast of all cure. Let's keep track of my purse. Barl lost plenty of money. You realize that as you pass one dancer to the next, your gold purse could be snatched at any moment. So you grab hold of it to keep it safe. But in doing so, you stop watching what you're doing. When the next dancer hurls you across the circle, you trip, landing in a messy heap. Spectating creatures laugh and jeer. Eventually the music fades, and the dance finishes. One of the dancers comes over to sit beside you. "I hope you're not too bruised, my friend, he says. "Some people find the thieves dance too fast for them." "The thieves dance?" you ask. The musician shrugs. "It's just a name." He looks you over with a canny eye. "Well," he says, "I don't think you're going to cause any trouble for us, are you? Enjoy the rest of the festival and try to stay upright this time." He heads off into the crowd. So it looks like I probably could have lost more gold if I wasn't careful. Okay, bare knuckle fighting. You cross a fair ground to wrestling ring. The ruffian inside is announcing the current challenge. "People of Care, are you ready to fight for a fight?" In the white corner, we have our challenger, Anvar the Barbarian. The crowd cheers and whoops. So I can ask about the fight, look over Anvar, or watch the fight. Let's ask somebody about the fight. You attract the attention of nearby member of the crowd. "Tell me," you ask, "what are the rules of the fight?" "No rules," giggles the man in reply. "That's what makes it so entertaining." "No weapons," another man puts in. "That's the only rule." And in the back corner, the brawling champion of Care, the one they call Skull Splitter, the ogre Kago of Daduli. Okay, I'll ask who can challenge. Maybe I can join in and get some money or rations or something. "And who can challenge?" you ask. The man shrugs. "Anyone crazy enough to want to get their head smashed in." "Challenger, are you ready?" demands the ruffian. Anvar nods and beats his chest. Oh, so I could choose one, probably. Let's look over Skull Splitter. The ogre looks as thick as any ogre you might meet, but he is made of solid muscle. His arms and legs like the twisted bark of trees. On the platform, the ruffian turns the ogre. "Champion, are you ready?" The beast appears not to understand the question, but scratches his armpits. The ruffian nods. "I'll go place a bet." Let's look over Anvar. Anvar is about half as tall as you again, with sheets of muscle on his arms and legs, but he is probably lighter than the ogre, which will mean he is less monument. This should be quite a close match. The ruffian steps into the center of the ring and drops his arms. "Let's the fight begin." The crowd roars, ready to fight. The barbarian in the white corner growls and beats his chest. The ogre raises his fists into the air and shakes them. Like he casts a spell? Kinda curious of that. Kid? Nope. Sap? So I probably only cast on like one of them. Okay, let's not cast a spell. Watch. Wait and watch. You hang back and watch. The ogre roars with rage and power forward against the barbarian, landing a mighty blow. Now the ogre looks on good form, but the barbarian comes back with an unexpected thump. Let's continue watching. You can't look away. Finally it is all over. With a single blow, Skull Splitter, the ogre, throws Anvar, the barbarian, clear out of the ring. The crowd goes wild. Inside the ring, the master of the fight raises the ogre's fist in the air. Who challenges our champion? The prize is 10 gold pieces. Wouldn't it be kind of funny as if that's my gold pieces? Somehow. Okay, let's take up the challenge. I challenge him, you cry. All eyes turn to look at you. The fight master beams. We have a stranger taking the challenge, he declares. Let him through. Into the ring. The crowd parts and you're helped up into the ring. Under his breath, the fight master outlines the rules. A fair fight, no magic, and pound your opponent until they can't stand. Ready? He asks. Let's look over the ogre. You risk a glance at your opponent. He is hulking brute. Like all ogres, all creatures who could almost be made out of stone. In the black corner then, the ruffian announces, is Skullsplitter. In the white corner, the ruffian turns to you and hisses, what shall I call you? The Analander, you declare, shouting it so the crowd can hear. They catch your name and throw it up to the sky. The Analander, they cheer. The crowd begin to furiously place bets. You can hear them discussing your relative merits. He looks feeble, looks like a maniac to me. You raise your fists. Let's go on for, actually no, it's defend the first attack. Okay, I could have attacked then. The ogre raises his fist in the air and makes a roaring noise that brings a similar response from the crowd. You drop down into a ready crouch, knees bent, arms wide, ready to react. It hits out with a lazy swing of its colossal fist. Clearly it thinks you are no serious threat to it. It's holding back. Someone in the crowd is shouting, you advise. Take out its knees. So I think that means it's going to defend. Ah, I was just under. You attempt a defensive strike, hoping to catch the ogre off guard, but it makes a light attack and knocks you back. Okay, I think I want to try for half stamina to beat its slow attacks, or defend. If it defends, I'll still do damage. Okay. Moving swiftly, you aim for its heart. The ogre blocks your blow. Okay, now let's swing for a big. Okay. You strike again, raining a forceful blow. You hurl forwards. The ogre drops into a defensive crouch, moving with more speed than you expected. Let's block. You drop in a defensive crouch. Your suspicion is well founded. A moment later, the ogre charges forward. With all its body weight in, it knocks you back a short way. Okay, I think it's going to defend, but just to be safe, let's do a little bit. There. You chase the ogre with a passing blow. The ogre deflects your fists. Oh, now I could do a full-on attack. Let's do it. Oh, I only did once, though. You lunge forwards again, preparing a heavy swing. You charge for your opponent. The ogre turns away, as though not seeing the blow will stop it landing. I see, yeah. The ogre stumbles suddenly, crashing into the ropes at the side of the ring. A gasp goes up from the crowd. Let's defend. Oh, good defense. You drop back defensively. The ogre pounds at you with a heavy fist, but you dodge the force of the blow. Okay, let's again do a small attack. You swing for the monster with a light blow, hoping to make it waste its energy defending. The ogre reacts defensively. It is briefly distracted by scratching. Let's attack it big. You strike again, mustering a lumberjack blow. You lunge at the ogre. The ogre tries to dodge. The ogre howls with rage as it stumbles and hits the mat. For a moment you even think it might stay down, but then slowly, like a crumbling cliff, it picks itself to its feet once more. It beats its huge muscled chest and roars. Let's defend. You drop your weight and watch the ogre closely. You escape most of a thumping fist. The ogre beats its chest and pauses to lift its arms to the crowd, who roar in approval. Okay, let's aim one more time. Oh, just barely. Moving quickly, you go a straight lunge for its eyes. The ogre staggers back, gasping its stupid eyes, blinking in surprise. Summoning the last ounce of strength in your arms, you raise your hands, linked in a fist, and bring them down, knocking the ogre out cold. Continue. You stagger from the ring, the crowd cheering for you, and collect your winnings. The end of the fair. I got some of my back, but I lost a ton of health. You push your way through the crowd, following the road uphill. The party is getting wilder, and you would do well to be away from here before things get off hand. At the far edge of the fair, the lair has left a tide mark on the grass. There's one last small tent here, probably a ticket booth that has simply been ignored by the crowd of care. Let's look at the small tent. Looking more closely, you spot a sign above its door. Cabinet of Fortune, try your luck, a prize for all. Okay, make my move. You have time to test your luck, no doubt, if you wanted. The Cabinet of Fortune. You go over to the tent and push back the flap. Inside, a grubby, bearded man leaps up from where he is where he was sitting cross-legged on the floor, and comes over to pump your hand. "Welcome, welcome, my friend," he exclaims, somewhat over-enthusiastically. "And let's see what prize you can win today. You must know this: there are no losers at honest Hannah's Cabinet of Fortune." He gestures with one hand toward the large glass cabinet in the center of the tent. "What do I do?" you ask. "It is a most simple game," honest Hannah replies with glee. "You give me 2 gold pieces, and then my little pet will fetch something for you." He points inside the glass case, and that's when you notice a small, wary creature, curled up amongst a pile of jewelry, books, and gold and other things. He's making the creature still. So you pay him, and then the creature goes and gets something from someone or around the area. Let's see, what can I cast here? Resurrect the dead. I wish. That'd be kind of funny. Talk all languages. If I got that green-haired wig, instead of me just lightning bolting him. Sus. Sense danger. Let's cast that one. You cast a spell, and deep, calm voice enters your mind. It tells you there is no danger here. The cabinet contains false prizes, some true ones, but nothing that do nothing that will do you harm. Hannah waits for you to finish your spell and then smiles. Will you play? I guess I'll play. Let's see what happens. You pay 2 gold pieces, and Hannah goes over the cabinet and presses a small button on the side. Oh, okay, so it's just he has the stuff inside. I thought he was making the creature go out. It seems to operate a cantilevered spike which pokes the creature, who squeals, jumps from its perch, and begins fluttering around inside the case. What now? You ask. You can try to influence its choice by shouting at it. Hannah exclaims. The angrier you can make it, the better the prize, usually. I'm not sure why. As if to make the point, the creature picks up a ruby ring, then smiles, and drops it, and flies up to the top of the tank. Shout something? Although it doesn't seem very fair, you determine to influence the creature as much as possible. Freedom! The creature in the tank flaps around gently. What should you try? Care! The strange mite is still flying around in slow, swooping arcs. There must be something that will get the creature to truly see red. Anna! The creature, the flying thing circles around with glowering eyes. Eventually the creature selects something from the prize pool, which it drops into a chute that at the far side of the cabinet. Take my prize. You open the flap and remove a bamboo pipe. Pleased, you nod to Hannah. You head back out of the tent. What was the bamboo pipe for? Let's see. Oh, it's for jig. Cool. Follow the road. You leave the fair behind. You climb through fields toward the outskirts of the buildings, until you reach a fork in the road. The slum districts of Lower Kier are unlikely placed to find nobles, but you might be able to learn their names, or where they are hiding. In the elbow of the fork is a grand, well-kept building. Steam pumps from the roof. A creature emerged, looking refreshed and flushed. It's a bathhouse. Oh, I could use that. I probably can heal up from that. Enter the bathhouse. You step in the cool of the bathhouse. It is a wide building of marble tiles and a sweet smell of pine and fresh wood. Gentle noises echo and murmur around the walls. A creature by the front desk greets you with a smile. "Good afternoon, sir," it purrs. "The water is cool and fresh today. A swim costs us 4 gold pieces." Is it worth it?" you ask. "Oh, very," the creature replies with a beaming smile. "The waters of Care are known for their healing and refreshing qualities. We have a steam room and a lagoon pool. You'll be well cared for." I'll pay him. You hand over 4 gold pieces and concierge gestures you through into the center of the bathhouse, where a wide pool awaits, with trees and shrubs either side. From across the room, steam curls from the doorway of the glass-doored room. You strip off and pile your clothes and belongings in one corner of the room. Let's try the steam room. You enter the steam room and take a seat on one of the benches. The temperature is almost unbearable. Through the curling smoke you see another figure in the shadows. You are not alone. I'll stay quiet. Minding your own business. After a while you hear a voice murmuring, "Our last man failed. What makes you think you can succeed?" "I'm braver," you reply. The other figure does not reply, but stands and moves away through the steam. You feel the blast of cold air as the door opens and then closes. You sit in the smoke, enjoying the relaxing steam until you can't take the heat any longer. I wonder if I'm gonna die in here if I wait longer. Let's see what happens. You wait longer as the steam sinks deep into your bones and makes your muscles relax. You feel quite wonderful for it. A second figure, who you had not noticed before, stands and leaves the steam room. It seems the voice was not talking to you after all. You head back out the steam room. You feel your shoulders unknotting and your body relax. Let's swim. You dive into the pool and swim a few enjoyable lengths. You feel better for the exercise. You feel a great calm and relaxedness flooding through your veins. Sweet. Healed up some of that life. Feeling much better, you turn and collect your belongings. Let's check them over. Not trusting the city to pass up the chance to rob you, you check through your belongings, but everything seems to still be in place. Pleased, you head for the exit. The creature at the front desk beams cheerfully at you. You step outside onto the street. Let's continue uphill. The road twists and turns up the rise until you emerge onto a wider road on the edge of dense slum. From inside, down a street to the left, you can hear the very faint sound of singing. A smell of rotting fish begins to fill the air. You must be close to the docks. So docks probably will lead me to the right side of the city. I think I'll go left. I don't think I'm ready to go to the right side. Winding between tall, crazily built slum dwellings, the road you are on now leads through the dense lower city. The street is narrow and you keep one hand on your sword hilt in case someone should try their luck with the blade. After a few minutes of edging forwards, you emerge into a wider space, a flagstone plaza. At the center of the circular well-mouth, alleyways lead off in four directions. Let's pause to eat. You perch on the edge of the well to eat the apple, and your day's hunger subsides. Let's look at the alleys to get an idea of where to go. You pause to look around the edge of the square. The alleyways all look the same, except that to the left of the lane heads downwards, turning away from the center of care. Look at the ball. The only thing the alley have in common is that they converge here. Once, presumably, this well served all people in this district, but perhaps there were too many people, because now the well seems dusty and dry. Let's look down the well. Leaning over the edge, you peer down into the depths of the well. Strange. This well seems to have holes cut into its stones. They appear good enough to climb down. Let's toss a coin down the well. You toss a coin down the well. It falls and falls and falls, and eventually there is a very tiny splash. I could climb down the well or choose a road. I wish I could see the roads. Let's look at the roads. There might be handholds down the well, but it doesn't mean your path lies that way. That's where the north gate is. temple there. Let's go straight on. You follow the streets past low slum buildings. On the step of one, a rough-looking girl sits, her knees drawn up to her chin. "Spare a coin," she shouts. "Sure." You stop and give her a gold piece. "By Effie," she cries, "a whole gold piece? I was expecting a quarter of one from the look of you. Thanking you." You nod. Let's ask her about the city. "Tell me," you begin, but she interrupts you. "You want to talk? Sit down, let's play dice." She pulls out a familiar-looking set of knuckle bones. "Oh, I could play another game of dice. Let's sit and play." You take a seat on the step beside the girl. "What's the stake?" she asks. "2 gold pieces." The girl counts out 4 dice each and waves at you to bid. Roll dice. Okay, let's say 2 ones. You're a citizen of care, aren't you? Are you? Well, of course I am. People don't come and go around here. Five fours. Oh my goodness. She can't even have 5, so she's counting my 1, possibly. I can't do anything else. So, I intend to call. Yeah, there's nothing I could have done there unless I just guessed. Or made her think that she didn't, but she knows that she has 5 fours. Or 5. She has 4 fours, and guess I had 1 as well. The beggar girl wins the round. Roll dice again. What are you doing in care? I am traveling through. Let's say 2 twos. Where's to go? The Bachlands? There's nothing there except a few strays and stragglers. Could call, but I have 1 or 2 fours as well, so let's say that there's 4 fours, maybe she rolled 2. I was expecting to have 1. I heard the opening the north gate is tricky. Is that so? She called. Real dice. There are 5 fours. The round is yours. Roll dice again. I'm looking for the north gate. And say that there's 1 3. It's on the other side of the river, through the necropolis. I've been there once. Won't go back. Why not? Because of what I saw. The necropolis is haunted. Properly haunted, and The ghosts in that place aren't friendly. Do you know how to kill a ghost? Tell me. Silver weapons, and am I going to afford silver weapons from? Reveal dice. There's only 2, so she wins the round. So, you know who taught me swindle stones? Say there's 2 fours. Lorog the Scholar, Noble Wizard, and Genius. Ooh, let's write that down. There are 3 fours. The round is yours. Oops. I wanted to get that right. So he's a scholar, one of the nobles, wizard, and genius. Okay. So let's say that there is... You're good at this game then? 1-3? Well, I'm one of the best players in the city, just saving up enough money to cross the bridge and go to Valada and make my fortune. What's Valada? You've not heard of the halls of Valada? Only the best den of the gambling in all of Care. They say more money changes hands there than gets pinched at the festival each month. I'll have to go. Only 2 fours. The round is yours. Okay, let's say there are 2 fours. Well then 3 fours. Well, now I know there's not even a possible chance of that. Call. Let's see about that. Only 2. The game is yours. I win, don't I? You pick up your winnings, the girl shrugs. How much this time, she says. I want more information, but let's just play for fun. She laughs. Stranger, I don't do anything for fun. Oh. Okay. Then 2 more gold pieces. Roll dice. Wow. I need to find the nobles of the seaport. Are you asking me? You know, Lorog. So, Lorog's different. He's not really a noble. I mean, he is, but he's not like the others. That's why he's still alive. Like Shinba and the rest of them. So Shinba is another one, seems like. Reveal dice. There are 3 threes. The round is yours. Roll dice again. So, where are you sleeping tonight? I'm not sure yet. Let me give you advice. I sleep out in the open most nights. A lot of us do, but some of us have been going missing. Something's happening to them? Slavers, maybe. When something happens, Zeke's usually behind it. That's why I hear. Perfect. Okay, let's call. I'll shoot him on the round. There was actually 5 of them. Roll dice again. Let's say have 1 3. How about we open with 1 3? I'll raise that 2 threes. I'll call. Ah, she had 2 threes. Roll dice again. I saw something really disgusting today. And now you'd like to share? I was walking up through the fields from the wall, and there was this corpse right out in the street. I'm not joking, just out on the street, like he fell out of the coffin on the way to the funeral. Around his mind. Let's say 1 3. She says a 4, let's do 2 4s. I bid 2 4s. Well then, 3 4s. Okay, let's call. Let's see about that. 2 4s. We'll lead with 1 3. I'll say 2 1s. 2 3s. Let's say 3 3s. She called. Reveal dice. Oh, she couldn't have had. I'm not paying attention. Roll dice again. Really want more information. It's like impossible. Let's see. She's just gonna call it if she doesn't have the number though. So let's do. Yeah, I guess I'll just do this one. I really want to hear about your friend Lorag. I'm not saying a word. Okay. Okay, girl. snatches up the money on the step as though expecting you to take yours back. Ante up, she exclaims cheerfully. What if I could get more? I'll do it one more time. Let's start with 1, 2. This round isn't done. 3 4s. So I would say there's 5 4s. She called. Real dice. There are 6 4s. The round is mine. There are other things on the street at night. Things the guard are afraid of. What sort of things? I've seen them. Out here you see things. Things other people pretend to not pretend they don't see. Wolves. Wolves? The wall is meant to keep wolves and things out, but the wall is what's keeping them in. Let's call. 2 4s. The round is mine. Let's start with 1 3. She says 2 3s. Let's call. Only 1 3. 1 4. Okay, so she probably has a 4. So let's say there are 2 4s. I win the round. There are 2 4s. The game is yours. Okay, I played enough. You reply. The girl looks disappointed. Well, I suppose you've made back your donation, she replies ruefully. Ah, well. Have a great day. I'll give her a coin. You offer her another coin, but she shakes her head. I don't want your charity, she says. Oh, you know, I did, but now I know you. It wouldn't feel right. She jerks her head. Good moving. You're clearing my view. You have 5 new clues. Another clue has been updated. Let's see. George Shinba is one of the nobles of Care. Lord Shinba is dead. However, there are rumors that his spirit still haunts his crypt in Care Necropolis. Lord Lorog is one of the nobles of Care. He is a scholar. Only silver weapons can harm the dead. A man named Vic runs several businesses in the city port. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you've been enjoying this, please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about what you think of the Sea of Thieves. Not Sea, the Festival of Thieves. There's all sorts of stuff there. Lost lots, but I gained most of it back, I think. As I will see you later.